Craig Button's back, and we're still friends. And Craig, I have a question for you. Was Wednesday's win by the Toronto Maple Leafs over the Florida Panthers enough to convince you, perhaps, that this team has what it takes to be just the 5th team in history to come back from a 3-0 deficit?
No.
Okay.
No, not at all. What they did is they showed themselves what they're capable of if they compete and get into the hard areas of the game at all times of the game.
Right.
In my view, this is only the 2nd game of the playoffs out of 10 where they've played a really strong game throughout. And now they got to go do it again. So if they'd played 8 out of 10 games really strong, you'd say, hey, listen, you know what? You know, the first few games, maybe you give them a little bit of a pass. But they got to take that game and build on it, and they got to replicate it. And this is a good Florida Panthers team. This is not a team that's the 8th seed anymore. When you win a playoff series in the first round and you beat the NHL's best team, you now have your game in order, and they absolutely do. But what the Leafs did was they showed themselves, hey, listen, you know what? We got a lot of offensive talent, but if we grind it out and we're going to compete hard and play smart, and playing smart means competing mentally as well. They did that.
Yeah.
And that gave them a chance now for another game.
Yeah.
Now the next game, I think if they can win, they got the attention of the Florida Panthers.
Yeah.
If they can win game 5,
then they really get them thinking.
Now they got some pressure going back the other way.
Absolutely. We focus a lot on who's favored going into series. Could the fact that the Panthers came in as the 8th seed actually hurt the Leafs?
Well, here's what I think. I think that the Leafs finally recognized who they were playing against in game 4. I think they finally recognized that this was no longer an AC, that this was a team that was really good. This was a team that took away a lot of the strengths of the Toronto Maple Leafs and pushed them and battled them and really grinded them into mistakes and took advantage. And now, when you move from series to series, it's great. They beat Tampa Bay. There's excitement, there's relief, all those things that go together of emotions and not winning a playoff round for 6 consecutive years and then finally doing it. But now you got a new opponent. You got a brand new, and you have to recognize what that opponent is, how that opponent is going to be different than the one you just played. I think the Leafs took a little bit of time to doing it. And is it too late? Not yet. We'll tell. But if they lose this series, it'll definitely be one where they'll bemoan not recognizing their opponent early on.
That is absolutely fair. You remember the chants from Leaf Nation, "We want Florida."
Yep.
They got them. And game 5 is Friday night between the Leafs and Panthers. By the way, the Leafs 1-4 at home in the postseason. I wonder why. That's so strange.
Yeah, well, you think about them too, and they won on the road.
Yeah.
You know, they've only lost 1 game on the road, and so here they are at home. Great opportunity to turn it around.
Put him back in the bubble, Craig.
They didn't have success in the bubble.
No, you're right.